going to try to draw it up here so you can see the difference between what each one does, because they all have a different purpose and they are all important. Today, Christa and I are really going to help you work on the vision piece, but I think it's important to know what the other pieces are, so you know how they all fit together in the puzzle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so your overarching, if you want to say it's like the sky, that's your purpose. Okay, that's the big picture of your life. That's like what is overarching of everything you do of your life and why you're here on this big blue ball. Then you have, work with me guys, I'm not an artist. What is that supposed to be?
That's peaks and valleys. That's pretty good.
So this is kind of like the horizon. Okay, you can actually see into the horizon, right? You can see ahead of you. And this is your vision. Your vision is something in the future. It's always out there in front of you. If you see the horizon and you start walking toward it, what happens to that horizon? Do you ever reach it?
No.
No.
It just keeps going.
It's always out there in front of you. It always drives you forward, right? You never actually attain it. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So your purpose, well, let me go through what they are and then we'll say what each one answers. And then you have the pathway that you're on to get to that horizon, to get to that vision. That's more of your mission. Okay, this is the pathway. I see the horizon, I know where I'm going. This is the way I'm going to get there. That's your mission statement. And then the thing on the bottom of all that is like your bedrock, your foundation, that's your core values. Okay, this is the bedrock of it all. So this is the overarching purpose. This is your sky. This is the ground that you're on, your core values. Okay, now we get goals mixed up a lot of times with purpose and vision. And goals are very different. Goals are actually just landmarks. They're things that are attainable. Okay? They're milestones. And what you want to do eventually is have all your goals line up with this so that what you're trying to accomplish and can actually achieve are in line with your vision and your purpose. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so in the beginning, when we sit down with someone and we get them started in the business, often we focus on this because it's short term, it's attainable, and it's something they can work toward and get a sense of accomplishment. But you now, as a leader, how many of you here are business builders? Do you know that you're now a leader? The minute you signed on that dotted line and said, I'm going to do this as a business, you became a leader. Now, how many of you have a downline? Okay, so now you have to be a leader in action. And the more you can articulate your vision, which is what we're going to go through in this exercise, the more people will be attracted to you. It's one of the most important things you can do as a leader is establish your vision so that people will follow you. So what purpose answers, the question that purpose answers in your business or in your life is why. Why do you exist? Again, you can apply this to you personally or to your Life Force business. And usually you want them to be pretty congruent. If not, you're going to be uncomfortable. Okay, but why are you here? Why is your organization here? Why is your Life Force business in existence? Why were you put on this planet? The vision answers the question, so what? So what? Okay, so I know why you're here. So what? What are you going to do about it? What difference are you going to make? Okay? The mission, am I going too fast?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Tiffany Rose. Got it, right? Is that right? Okay. The mission answers the question what we do. This is what we do. We do this to accomplish this. Okay? So your mission statement is what we do to reach our vision, to work toward our vision. And then the core values answer the question how. How do we do that? You know, these are non-negotiable. These are like the bedrock of who you are. And you want to have your mission statement follow your core values, and you want what you're doing to be in line with why you're doing, what you're doing. So what? What's your purpose? What's your overall reason why? Do you see how these all tie together?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But if I don't have this, and all I have is my goals, how far am I going to get in my business? Because, okay, let's just say my first goal is to get my product paid for. Okay, that's done. Now what? Now I'm kind of floundering, aren't I? I mean, I don't have a purpose anymore. I don't have a reason. So your goals are great, but your vision has to be established. And as a leader, if you can take the time, and that's what the exercise I love that we're gonna run you through, is gonna help you articulate this. This is pretty easy to articulate. Most people know what their goals are. I wanna get out of debt, I wanna travel, I wanna, these are accomplishable things. This is always out there. It's kind of like your North Star. You're never really gonna reach it, but it guides your vision, it guides your steps. Does that make sense? The vision. Yep. So, any questions on this before we move on? Does this help you visualize the reason for each one and how they play together?
Yes.
Good. Good. Okay, Christa, let's go through.
Okay, so we're gonna hone in on this piece, the vision piece. And one of the things that is so vital to being a leader is to have a very, very clear vision, as clear as you can get it. The name of this breakout is have your vision fill a stadium. How do you do that? How do you have your vision fill a stadium? Think of the people whose vision filled a stadium or fills a stadium. Dr. Martin Luther King filled a stadium with his vision, right? Why? Why was that so powerful?
People believe in his purpose.
People believed in his purpose, yes. But for me, what I see in that is not just what he was saying, it was who he was being. Mm-hmm. He was being his vision. Yeah?
Yeah.
And in order for him to be his vision, it had to be so clear that people could just magnetize. Yeah? You become, the more you can connect to your vision, the clearer your vision is, the more attractive you become. Not personality-wise, but attractive in a magnetic sense. Yeah? So that's the purpose of this, is to start that process or to move you a bit further along in that process. So we're going to start by just dropping into ourselves. And oftentimes we don't take the time to do this. So just for now, if it helps to close your eyes, I would suggest that we do that, because I know for me, it just helps me to focus inward. You don't have to do that, but it's a very helpful tool just to help us focus inwards. We're going to use our imagination this morning just for a few minutes to get the process going. And so I want you to imagine, if you could see the most powerful expression of you, just imagine what that would be like. What would you be doing? Who would you be in that imagining? What would your life look like?